K some more. Yeah, Robbie, do you want to sit a little bit one direction or the other?
Kind of short, so people sitting down are still taller than me. Okay. All right. First off is topicality, a definition of a rule to decide the same or substantially similar point of law contrary to the earlier decision. Melancholy 92. To render a decision disapproving deciding the same or similar point of law contrary to the earlier decision to be a violation of the affirmative overrules the current decision on grounds of a point of law which was originally decided. See standards on predictability and infinite number of points of law that the affirmative could use to overrule education schools that were to be too bright line if the affirmative overrules the decision on the same point of law. They are topical on a different basis. They are not topical. G topicality is voted for competitive equity and fairness. And next up is phrenology. In the 19th century, revolutionary new discipline, Thomas Keynes in medicine, sociology, and models of phrenology, the science of measuring intellectual bumps on the skull. Phrenology related physical differences and complex ways to explain how people act. Of course, the bumps on your head are nothing to do with the mind, but still studied for most of a century. The first laws like phrenology, they try to influence social shocking by changing precedents, make them related and causative, each other causes the elements of time, listening to the guards, which pontificate about improving the law. Seems to make sense how this study laws is coming from social realities, conclusions. Ours role of phrenology, Schlag 97. The legal process thinking of the late 1950s and early 1960s celebrated detailed inquiry the overall character of Supreme Court opinions and traceable that said the government's history, jurisprudence, itself referential complexity, ledger, disciplinary orientation, terms of micro context, preference, resolving concrete legal problems which are under a great deal of nonsense, seemingly quite possible. They're coming to know this one's smaller depends upon the resolution of logical questions that they have studiously avoided. What phrenologists knew was nothing more. What other phrenologists believed they knew? What they knew was not knowledge. The claimants may face it. Well, they may well face the same predicament of the ability to produce results. They are accepted by the relevant community operates and confirm the members actually possess the knowledge of the law. This significance of acts of law. Some produces power for incentive to those who possibly that there is a knowledge of law that informs their doing the law and phrenology, which is just because of students of study where non-existence similar to laws and people's good precedents doctrines. As it's on it, assuming it exists, that means for their own justification, legal there's been debated that these abstractions have actual force to resolve this vicious self-curated spread and constructs the thinkers as sovereign and subject capable of resolving these contradictions that persist in the description of the legal precedent system. Schlag 91. We must return the line down the formalism which doctrines themselves operated on each other with only slight assistance from the individual subjects in terms of in charge of everything, including itself, is the very civil system because they're perfectly circular since these terms are most creations of law. Like no formalism sees tells very much about what it says that the line down the subject had been ruled to be intellectual lightly. The breakdown of formalism experiences that were kind of bored and business that all books are being replaced without producing anything, and the liberal humanist subject is often seen not only as image remains their demand and relies on a line subject with levers of power who can be persuaded by reason argument that the social illusion that covers bureaucratic control of the law and keeps academics from questioning who runs the social machinery. Schlag 91. The subject problem arises each school recognizes that the submission rests upon the presupposition of a subject whose status is never mentioned close to the constitution of legal differences. Individual subject produces the politics that works perfectly assuming individual subject control the levers of social machinery. The levers subject is no longer operating the levers are required may simply be rehearsing and reproducing the instrument of logic of bureaucratic practice which falsely represents the fully bureaucratic logic which tries to individuals this perpetuates false status social life that prevents from being recognized and shoulder of bureaucratic practices that constitute a channel without an action. As phrenology, scientific credibility began to simply became the justification for exclusionary racism based on determinist theories because it could be marshaled to support inclusion to the image of the individual subject has been captivated by bureaucracies who use it to describe their means of regulations as a choice of individual subject. They are academic complicity speaking on returns replicates and bureaucratic controls in all areas of life that strips away human connection with internal life and necessary balance of line everyday life. Schlag 96. The balance of law emerges everyone under the guise of necessarily justified and describe their legal proceedings which compel what is said and what is done everyone at once existence from the violence and authority with this violence and what is this violence and so on man himself which is all may become accountable and regular necessary to the law that burdens requirements and remembers violent origins and refers to the culture from that must be assumed human being must somehow become a perceptive law making oneself in a kind of bureaucratic subject without later hierarchies of expertise knowledge from that entails of violent origins of enduring ongoing intensification of subjection legal process marked by the transition from the liberal democratic state to the administrative welfare state in a way that subsumes more and more aspects of existence laws dominion and control gender language set of context and dedicated research and phrenology hold on scientific imagination until due to some analysis had been proven not existence as theories could not be disputed for rejectment for relying on the image of the sound subject ruling it as a means of precondition to accurately view politics 180. The traditional subject-object dichotomies and consciously describing discourse if we are to undertake politics or first must be identified and reject the politics of the relatively autonomous subject in a fairy world in which we are always already free, never concerned about context or situation is the interest to not because it is the world unconsciously assumed by otherwise discerning legal academics and before neurology and psychology could begin phrenology had been described which shows sometimes the most predictive act can be deterred when one stops out from evolving instead of calling for action or criticism of the one and see because it opens up new ways to approach and how we're situated in relation to the government is the most predictive role for legal thinkers when tonight. Instead of seeking to transfer the world with the better theories, the scholar begins with the exploration of them between the conventional lawyers and judges, laypersons are always already situated. Situated self-consciousness is not a means by which to cease and spontaneous movement reconstruct the social world of potentially doesn't like a this time a social field in which transformative efforts takes place that distinguish between arguments and merely possible and those that are likely to be persuasive to explore lines of that could usefully preserve. Now case. The Military Commission's Act overruled the Honda decision negative sense of definition and commands and dissolved law habeas corpus starts Goodman October 2nd. The MCA creates an perfectly broad and sweeping definition of who is an illegal enemy command and lawful enemy command. They have defined illegal enemy command as anyone who engaged in hostilities against the United States. Statute said there can be no habeas corpus relief for anyone held upon top of anyone who says who is an illegal enemy command who is held upon top of anywhere else in the world and non-announced this was massive suspension of the rights of habeas corpus process. This is the broad is sweeping. This is endless. This is not limited. This is not limited to a particular narrow geographic location or a very small period of time. The new military commissions that authorized treasurer and the MCA serves scrutiny rights their ability to challenge the detention of the power of the court's human rights for September 28. Grants unprecedented, or the MCA grants unprecedented and check authorities the executive branch label it as unlawful enemy commands and detain overly broad range of people, including U.S. citizens, legal permanent residents inside the United States, as any independent judicial review of these detentions act denies a person's fundamental right to challenge the detention in court. The law purports to increase authority of the president to interpret the Geneva Convention and the post-Hometown Congress passed the MCA, which further entrenches presidential powers and everything else wrote October 7th. The MCA further entrenches presidential power and laws of administration to declare an American citizen and a law command subject to indefinite detention under the law for legal protection. The detainees held accountable with the law the definition of an unlawful enemy command to include any legitimate as such by the terms known to the authority of the president or the defense secretary. The law denies anyone determined to be an enemy command or anyone awaiting such determination of law right to challenges or detention or even definition of the confinement in the court. Congress is bestowed on the president the unilateral authority to determine interrogation tactics. And the MCA strips rights and expands powers stays on October 21st. The U.S. does three things. The U.S. MCA does three things. It denies non-citizens of the U.S. the right to appropriate the right to detainees to challenge their detention to the U.S. president the power to detain indefinitely anyone during the U.S. officials immunity for prosecution for torturing detainees that were captured before the end of 2005. The act strips U.S. coercive jurisdiction here. Habeas corpus appeals challenging the lawfulness or condition of the detention of anyone held in U.S. custody as an enemy command denies any person the right of invoking the Geneva Conventions or the protocols or any action in any U.S. course of law civilians captured far from any battlefield be tried by military commission rather than civilian courts. Their purpose the executive to convene military commissions try and lawful alien and lawful enemy commands and trials and the more evidence that's law of October 3rd. The MCA are defining lawful enemy command as a person who has engaged in hostility or has purposely materially supported hostilities against the United States or its co-belligerents who is not a lawful enemy command. According to the definition, enemy command does not have to be someone engaged in hostilities. And the Supreme Court won't rule against the MCA Turley and Overman October 19th. An unlawful enemy command is a quote that person who before or after the day of enactment of the military commission's act has been determined. Mr. Bush says so anybody in this country says can end up being an unlawful enemy command. People are fully themselves that they believe the court will once again stop this precedent from taking overtaking almost absolute power. Justice Kennedy indicated that if Congress gave the president these types of power, that he might go along. It'll be up to him who gets put away as an enemy command held without trial. And empirically, and more evidence to emergency October 20. Okay, on solvency. Asteroids are coming in no kill saw there is no impact extinction is inevitable. Leslie 96. Bodies which were over 1 kilometer in size and therefore potential causes of mass extinction could be expected to track about every half million years amongst airflow vapors, the oceans, and seriously affected climatic conditions across the entire globe. Past occurs specifically and particular periods that we ourselves live in once a year. There might be thousands of large enough to be potential causes of mass extinction. And the human species is destroying the environment. Our enemies to species extinction, global warming, and differentiation causing your device called 2003. Industrial gases are poisoning the atmosphere to such an extent that those in ways that affects all biological life from extreme radiation being destroyed into short period causing destroyed changes in the atmosphere that is associated with all life on the planet's surface could be extinction in a relatively short time. If the current rate of extinction continues, half their and animal species will disappear by the end of the 21st century, increasing their risk of precipitating major planetary changes in its extinction. And as the environment degrades, disease will spread will increase, the virus will wipe out everyone. Lesson 96. By the year 2010, every certain human is expected to live in a city. Disease can spread with the fearsome speed of these huge centers quickly testing out dozens of new strains that may bring death to almost everyone in a poorly prepared population. And Katrina proves global warming is real and accelerating toward. Okay, and death results from physical existence and transit as a hyperspatial object. McKenna 884. We are not primarily biological, we are hyperspatial objects that cast a shadow, no matter the shadow is our own physical organism as if the thing that casts a shadow, the shadow withdraws, but the form that order is not affected. The waking cycle dialectic far greater important to being familiar with this dimension that is the cause of being in order to be familiar with it at the moment of passing from life, the moment of there is the kind of separation, life it is only Christ the moment, and the whole purpose of life is to rightly live, strengthen the soul, and so that this vessel can be cleanly made. And we're in that to be humanity must make the transition to hyperspace to describe the coming historical crisis. McKenna 84. Everything hangs in the belts because it is mad rush from hominid to start we're in the final historical seconds of that crisis that involves our departure from the planet, release of the angel from the body. We are closing with the freeing of life from the dark chrysalis of matter. We must undergo our forces in order to survive. The moment of the historical forces already set in motion, body can become an internalized holographic object embedded in a hyperdimensional matrix that is a true result. We each wander through a true Elysium. Oh, give me those cards. I'll have to say. And Katrina proves global warming is real and accelerating. Al Gore 2005. The scientific community is warning us that the average hurricane will continue to get stronger because the global warming oceans generally have been getting warmer. We will face a string of terrible catastrophes unless we act to prepare ourselves to deal with the underlying causes of global warming a period of consequences. And global warming will make the planet explode. Chocolate 2001. The tiniest reduction in the cooling capacity of the spherical reactor causes an extreme temperature increasing at the center of the reactor. It's very similar to the ones to enrich a nuclear fuel that continues stratification efforts will eventually to some kind of achievement critical mass nuclear.
So what was that last part?
The Earth will explode in a gigantic nuclear explosion.
Why?
Global warming.
Okay.
Okay, your Schlag evidence says that this perpetuates a false aesthetic of social life that prevents us from recognizing sort of bureaucratic practices that constitute the channel of our action. We read an affirmative which says that there are necessary restraints on the liberty and the actions individuals can have in order to address terrorism. What is sort of the terminal impact to constraining action?
Well, the very idea that there are these things called precedents out there which have objective...
I'm not asking you about the link. I'm asking you about the impact. What is the impact to constraining individuals' actions?
Our impact is not constraining individuals' actions. It's the extension of bureaucratic ethics through every part of life.
Sure.
So that in order to do anything...
I read a part of your Schlag evidence which says that controls thought and action. I want to know what the impact of controlling thought and action are.
We don't
That's not the impact.
read the 4-page impact card, then we will know what the impact is.
Then explain it. What is the impact to extending bureaucratic politics?
It makes it so every part of our lives become regulated by bureaucracy, so life simply ceases to become a matter of our choices and our ability to...
Why should we have choices?
As of the 1AC, your argument is only that certain kinds of people should have their actions constrained, not that everyone should be...
I understand, however,
Okay, so
believe it or not, you've read links to impacts. I want to understand, does it culminate into extinction? Does it render our life meaningless? What is sort of the...
I'd go for rendering life meaningless. We're not going to say extinction, though.
Okay, your winter evidence is, can I assume this is the alternative, examining how we're situated in relationship to the government is the most productive role for legal thinkers?
I mean, I think it would be kind of very simplifying to say that one sentence...
Do you have an alternative text that you defend as your alternative?
2 words, vote negative.
Vote negative. Your winter evidence says that instead of seeking to transform the world with better theory, the situated scholar begins with the exploration of matrices in which lawyers, judges, and laypersons are situated. What does this mean for the law?
It means that rather than saying the law should change, we should start trying to understand how people understand the law and acting as if we already exist in a system of neutral communication.
So what happens? Would the law, could the law disappear as a result of that understanding?
No, we're not going to try and disappear the law.
So what is sort of the end point of, examining and why we understand the law the way we do?
It's a question of how we orient ourselves toward the law. We say it's bad to talk to it as if it is a rational subject who can be...
But the reason it's bad to talk to it as a rational subject is because then it makes us calculable, correct?
No, it's a little more than that. That's part of our impact, but yeah.
Okay, can you just stop skirting around the issue and actually explain your impact then? If I'm mischaracterizing it, I would like to know what the second component of your impact claim is then.
I mean, our argument is A, it makes us calculable, B, it makes us controlled, and...
What's the impact to control?
That it makes life not worth living.
And what's the impact to calculable? So it's all makes life not worth living.
Sure.
Do you have any evidence that speaks to what gives life meaning? Or is it just the non-control?
Sorry, Grace.
Non-control.
Can I get...
Gotta ask all kinds of Schlag questions.